globalization is a game in which there are losers and winners. And there are losers and winners in developing countries, such as, let's say, poor peasants, as well as in developed countries, as the many industrial workers laid off because the industries have been delocalized into some developing country, China or Vietnam and so on. It's a game in which the fittest gain and others lose not just positions but also rights, as in the labor legislation. If you look at the effects of globalization in traditional societies, such as large parts of the Chinese society in the previous decades, you also see phenomena of moral and social disruption, because the cultural shift from the traditional to industrial or even post-industrial society was too swift and traumatizing. And you see the environmental disasters that everybody knows from the media, such as the smog clouds in big Chinese cities. What are the available alternatives to this miscontent? I don't have the time to discuss proposals that I personally believe to be wrong or not to be viable, but out of fairness I want to briefly mention them. The degrowth theory pursued by the French economist Serge Latouche, the market fundamentalism that believes that we don't need policy making to redress the troubles of globalization. The market mechanisms will also do the job in the best way. And then on another front, there are the eco-authoritarian proposals or suggestions made by authors as different as the German-American philosopher Hans Jonas or the French philosopher André Gorz, who believe that democracy is totally unable to solve the problem of the ecological aggression to nature. I myself believe that democracy has many problems or many failures regarding nature and the environment, but I wouldn't go straight on to authoritarian conclusions. In a word, the problem seems to me to be how can politics regain some of the governing role lost to the economic mechanisms in globalization, not just in world politics, but also in domestic policy, in which, let's say, Keynesian tools are no longer available and governments have little funds to financial resources in order to pursue social policies. What are the proposed solutions that are, let's say, more talked about? The world state or world government proposal, Richard Falk, Daniele Archibugi, and in a more moderate and to me acceptable form, the cosmopolitanism of a British author, David Held. But it seems to me, and this is also my personal view of the problem, that the proposal, or let's say the conceptual framework more successful is the idea of global governance. And global governance is of course not something that we can explain in a very simple way, but we will try to do so in the next and last video. See you.